In a small town, lost among the misty hills, there was an abandoned house, with a "Do Not Enter" sign above the door. It was said that once there lived a respected doctor, who went crazy after the death of his wife. People were afraid to approach this place, but a group of teenagers full of courage and mischief, decided to check out the terrible rumors. One night they gathered outside the house. The moon was shining brightly, as if knowing what would happen next. Vanya, the bravest of them, stepped forward and collided with the door, which easily gave way, as if it creaked slightly, inviting them to enter. Inside, the house was covered with a layer of dust, and the old paintings on the walls looked at them with condemnation. The guys, overcome with excitement, began to explore room after room. Suddenly, there was a crackling sound in the corridor, and they froze, looking at each other warily. "It's just an old board," Tom said, trying to calm the others down. But fear had already filled the air. The guys moved on until they entered the dark doctor's office. There were old medical instruments on the table, and the walls were hung with strange drawings. Suddenly they noticed that one of the paintings depicted the doctor himself with his wife. The smile on his face was frightening, as if he knew something terrible. But fear had already filled the air. The guys moved on until they entered the dark doctor's office. There were old medical instruments on the table, and the walls were hung with strange drawings. Suddenly they noticed that one of the paintings depicted the doctor himself with his wife. The smile on his face was frightening, as if he knew something terrible. The friends rushed to the door, but it wouldn't budge. Fear was growing stronger inside them. A moment later, a smoky figure of a woman appeared from the corner of the office, her eyes glowing with a dim light. "Why did you come?" she whispered, and everyone felt their hearts sting. We just wanted to." Petya began, but his voice disappeared, as did the realization that they were still safe. Suddenly, the figure disappeared, and the room was filled with muffled laughter. The panicked friends were finally able to open the door and escape into the street, but when they turned around, they saw that the heart of the house, like an omniscient one, was still watching them from the darkness. Despite the fact that they escaped, new rumors began to spread around the city that the house was still waiting for its new guests, and the sad soul of the woman was still calling for help, being in eternal solitude. Since then, teenagers have known that returning to this house means entrusting their lives to someone's dark secrets, which are better left unsolved.